Welcome back to day 15. Today we're looking at Genesis 16. Hagar runs away. God had solemnly promised Abraham that he would have a son, even though he and Sarah were old. But the years went by and no children were born. Every year that passed made it less likely that Sarah would have a baby, for she was getting very old. Sarah was sad that they had no children, but she thought of a way in which she and Abraham could become parents. She decided to copy the custom of the people who lived around her in order to solve their problem. She would let Abraham marry her slave girl Hagar. When Hagar had a child, it could count as theirs. Abraham agreed to the plan, and soon Hagar found that she was expecting a child. She began to boast and put on airs. She thought she was more important than her mistress now. At last Sarah could not bear it no longer. "It's your fault," she complained to Abraham. "My slave girl despises me." Do as you like with her," Abraham replied. Sarah treated Hagar so badly and made her so unhappy that she ran away. She wandered for a long time in the dry, hot desert. At last, she sat down in the desert spring, tired and thirsty. Then God, who had seen all that had happened, spoke to Hagar gently. "Where are you going?" he said. "I'm running away from my mistress," Hagar replied. "Go back to her," God said. "I have heard your tears and cries. I will look after you. You will have a son and call him Ishmael." Hagar thought it was wonderful that God should see and help her, when she was just a poor slave girl whom nobody thought important. She called him the God who sees. Then, content, she went back to her mistress Sarah, no longer after her son Ishmael was born. What are your thoughts on that? So it's really interesting. The message that I get from that story is that God sees you, and it just reminds me of a film that I've seen recently. I don't know if you can guess. I See You. Put your comments in the below if you know what film I'm talking about, because God sees us. He sees our struggles. He sees our victories. He's part of all aspects of our lives, and he wants to be part of it. So let's invite him in to enjoy everything.